Welcome to Keeping Up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast adventure. You are going to hear the stories from the eclectic life of a guy who is a professional counselor, a family man, a SWAT team chaplain, outdoor enthusiast, a guy involved with ropes, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, a chaotic Jedi, and who is a recipient of an honorary doctorate from the University of Adversity. Using these stories, we take the facts lead to concepts, and from the concepts we make a variety of life applications. Just a caveat about the facts. Most of the time we will tell you the facts just the way it happened, but once in a while we'll give you the facts the way other people remember how it happened, and that usually includes a tablespoon of embellishment. No harm is meant, just good, clean fun for educational purposes. Please subscribe and share this with your friends or your enemies. It might help them to be better people if they listen. As always, we thank you for keeping up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast adventure. Introducing the Bible degree with digital ministry. Paul used the marketplace and the synagogue to reach an expanded audience. We have access to the internet and social media. I once heard it said that when McDonald's introduced the drive-through window, they did not change the Big Mac, only how it was delivered. Faulkner University is now offering a new digital ministry track for their Bible degree. Faulkner's degree provides training in understanding and teaching the gospel, alongside training that will allow students to create quality digital content. Opportunities for evangelism in the digital spaces is unlimited, and this is innovative ministry education for our contemporary culture. One of the instructors is a 2-time Emmy-winning former ESPN designer. Members of the Church of Christ could be eligible for the full tuition Jack Zorn Scholarship in order to pursue this special area of study. For more information, contact admissions at faulkner.edu. That is admissions at faulkner.edu. Faulkner University is a digital partner with Keeping Up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast adventure. I'm not sure when he got back from Mexico, but on Monday at 5:18 p.m., while I was in my hospital room less than 3 hours post-op, his text said he was on his way back from Mexico. I'm not sure when he got back. He'd been out there doing color commentary for some kind of professional jiu-jitsu tournament. When he walked into my hospital room the next day, he was wearing a backwards baseball cap, these thick black frame nerd glasses, blue jeans, and a Ruka t-shirt. Now, a Ruka t-shirt, you've seen them all over the place and may not know they're called Ruka. The letters on the t-shirt look like RVCA, and they're actually a mixture of Roman and Greek letters, the V representing a U and the A being the inverse of the U because of the way the letters are styled. Now, when you pronounce it, knowing that, you would pronounce it Ruka, and it sounds somewhat like the Greek word for clothes or clothing. The clothing company's motto basically is the balance of opposites. Room 436. There's not a more accurate theme to represent this young man. He wandered into Huntsville Hospital Room 436, mild, pleasant, smiling, and unassuming. Yet he's the first guy to introduce the 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu system to the southeastern United States. He is a notable presence in the jiu-jitsu community. His website is brandonmc.ninja. And no one but me knew that the most dangerous man in the hospital and the most likable, pleasant young man in the building was standing beside my bed in room 436. His skills as a grappler, his knowledge and insight as an instructor have made him internationally known, if not downright famous. He's cornered fighters at the UFC, been the professional grappling trainer for several professional cage fighters. He's done color commentary for ADCC. If you don't know what that is, that's the Abu Dhabi Combat Club Submission Fighting World Championship. And this is the most prestigious no-gi submission grappling tournament in the world. He's done color commentary at the EBI, the Eddie Bravo Invitational, at CJJ, the Combat Jiu-Jitsu venue, at the Amateur International Grappling Association for a group known as Subversive, and then he's the commissioner and color commentator for his own professional grappling league known as the Professional Grappling Federation. He is a person of integrity and selflessness. When Jesus sees Nathanael in the New Testament for the first time, Jesus says, "Behold, there is an Israelite in whom there is no guile." That's Brandon McGathrin. That's the ninja. He is just that genuine. I don't know how you can be guileless and be a ninja, but we're talking about the balance of opposites. He walked down the hall and he knocked rhythmically on my door, some kind of a little drumming tune. He's an accomplished musician. You could find the contemporary Christian song Vertical by a band called Bougie Shepherd, and he'd be the lead singer, if not the lead guitarist on it. He hugged me, and we shook hands like Dylan and Dutch. That would be Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers in the movie Predator. And while we embraced, he unceremoniously laid a brown belt on my lap. No warning, no fanfare, no video this time. And to be honest, it's probably not a promotion, but simply a gift. A kindness to an old man and an old friend. What he doesn't say is often as powerful as what he does say. But what he did say, as he spoke softly out of the hearing of my stunned daughter and my tearful wife, was, "There is a path to black belt without active rolling if you're willing to rethink the way you approach jiu-jitsu." Years and years ago, even before I had a blue belt, he'd explained to me that my belt rank as such was not a reflection of my grappling skills, but simply the progress in this one specific system, the 10th planet system. And this is a system whose recognition has become important to me, not because of the system, the skills, or the art, but because of the people in this system that I respect and admire and cherish, and to some degree covet their respect. After I recover, after I'm allowed to do something other than, to quote Dr. Roni Najjar, walk and carry a dinner plate, I may visit with Brandon and see what is in his genius mind. And then I will discover what the ninja has in store for me. The balance of that opposite will come in responding to a letter that I received from my oldest friend, Paul, the Texan Richardson. Paul sent me a letter. His email simply said, "Hi, Jonesy," and yes, that is where I got the nickname Jonesy. It's the name Jackie uses to talk to me and refer to me. It's the name my grandchildren use to address me. Paul's wife, Gail, began calling me that before I ever met Jackie. And after Jackie met us and began as a group to run around with us, she borrowed it from Gail, and so she's always called me Jones or Jonesy. His note said, "Hi, Jonesy. I was going to call you, but I wouldn't be able to say all the things I had to say, so I put it in a letter." Before I share the contents of that letter, you will never know the volume of written material that comes into my life. Letters, emails, texts, complaints, compliments, criticisms, questions. I read all of them and keep very few of them. 2 of the letters that I will never lose are from the Texan. 2 of the letters that I will never, ever part with have come from Paul Richardson. And this is one of them. "Hi, Jonesy. I am praying for your speedy and full recovery from yet another surgery. I must confess that when I heard that you were in the hospital again with yet another bowel failure, I was angry. You are much too valuable to risk a painful, premature death because you keep rolling around with young men like a 12-year-old. I know that is a poor description, but that is what I felt. Then I listened to your podcast where you said that you were going to hang up the grappling, and I felt much better. King David was a great and brave warrior who made Israel a world power. His greatest attribute though, was not his warrior spirit, but rather his godly heart. While he made Israel a great nation, his greatest failure was that he did not pass on his heart. He passed on his warrior spirit to his eldest son, and it cost his eldest son his life. He passed his kingdom to Solomon, who made the nation even greater and more powerful, but not his heart. He failed to pass his heart to his grandchildren, and it tore the nation apart. David thought that his bravery and warrior spirit were his greatest gifts, but they may have been his greatest weakness. It was his heart that made him great. The tragedy is that he failed to pass it on. You have always had a warrior spirit, but it is your heart that makes you great. You have a heart like David, and wisdom and insight that few others have. Because of who you are, you make others around you better people. The world needs you to pass that heart of David on to as many people as you can while you can. Lonnie Beth is grown and a fine lady and an outstanding mother, but she still needs her daddy. Gage and Gunnar and Rowan need their grandpa for as long as possible. They need his wisdom as they go through the turbulent teenage years. Jax needs you to lean on and give her strength and wisdom so that she can be all that she can be. You have many friends that lean on you and take inspiration from who you are. We need you around to help guide us as we go through the many stages of life. Your value is not what you can do, it is who you are. Don't ever think that your value is diminished because you can't do all the things you once could do. Those things were never your greatest attributes. They were just a means of connecting with people so that they could see your heart. Gunnar may become a great hunter one day, but he really only goes hunting because he wants to spend time with his grandpa. That is why I was angry when I heard about your surgery. It was selfishness on my part because I don't want to lose my dear friend. So please, have a full and speedy recovery and try to take care of yourself. He normally signs all his letters. The Texan. You've never heard him speak. He's never published a thing. That is the most people that have ever heard anything he's ever written at one time. I just read it right then, and the people who are listening to this podcast is the only audience he's ever had. He doesn't have a podcast. You've only heard stories about him. When we were in college together, he fed me, paid for my laundry. He prayed for me, supported me, kept me out of trouble, and walked straight into the grinning teeth of trouble with me while grinning himself. He's counseled me. He's consoled me. He's confronted me. And if anything he says about me or my heart is anywhere even close to accurate, if any of that is even remotely true, I am who I am because of him and several men like him. The balance of opposites. The ninja says, keep going. The Texan says, slow down. One guy says you can achieve an unreachable belt rank. The other guy says you don't even need the belt you have to be who you need to be. The balance of opposites is that in both these things, both these men, the ninja and the Texan, they both speak to me about my heart, or at least my heart as they see it. Only 1 to 3% of people who start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu are given a black belt. I suspect in the 10th planet system, those numbers are even fewer. Brandon McGathern has seen my whole 10th Planet career. Paul Richardson has known me all my adult life. The balance of opposites is they both want not what I want, but what they think is good, beneficial, or valuable to me, or at least what they think is valuable for me to be, do, or have. Paul Richardson needs to meet Brandon McGathern, and Brandon McGathern needs to meet Paul Richardson. And maybe after the three of us have lunch, I'll know what I'll plan to try in the future. Until then, I'll be at stasis. Until then, I'll be held in place. My heart will be held in place, not by what my heart desires, but what the hearts of two men tell me about my desires, tell me to do with my heart. People can tell you to quit and still love you. People can tell you to keep going and still love you. People can tell you to keep trying and still love you. People can tell you to stop trying and still love you. People can tell you it's worth the risk and still love you. People can tell you they don't want you to get hurt, and it's because they love you. Paul Richardson, the Texan, actually walked into my dorm room one time and told me if I continued on the path I was on with a certain girl, I would end up being hurt and ruin her life. And this girl's name was not Jackie. And I threw him out. I threw him out. I tossed a 135-pounder into the hallway. But I listened to him because I knew only a man who loved you deeply would risk his friendship to tell you that you were at risk, and they didn't want to see you hurt. People can tell you you are ready and still love you. People can tell you you are not ready and still love you. People can tell you you can, can't, are, aren't, in, out, good enough, not good enough, and still love you very, very, very much. When what they say hurts, disagrees, disappoints, angers, injures, frustrates, produces doubt about yourself or them, when what they said is not what you wanted to hear, that's when you stop looking at what they said and how it felt, or how it felt to you, and then you look at the heart of the one who said it. And it seems opposite. It's not what you want. It's not what is fun, easy, desirable, grand, adventurous, safe. It doesn't have enough discipline or enough adversity for you. Yet if there are two different approaches, but both people want what they see as best for you, then it's really the same thing. It's just two different approaches. Understanding that and seeing the desired outcome they have for you rather than the specific path they have advised, that's when the mutual exclusivity can become harmonious. How they want you to get to where they think you should be, what is best for you, what is good for you, what is beneficial for you. The path they've chosen might be different, but the outcome, the desires of their heart for your heart, is the same. That's how you balance the opposites. Using the tool of shortwave radio, World Christian Broadcasting literally covers the world every day with the gospel. They use two large curtain antennas. One is located in Anchor Point, Alaska, and the other in Madagascar. They send out messages that are recorded at their international home in Franklin, Tennessee. They make available 40 hours of broadcast every day. The broadcasts are made in English, Chinese, Russian, Spanish, Portuguese, Korean, English for Africa, and Arabic. They would love for your group to visit them. You can bring your ladies group, your youth group, or your men's group. Just give them a call at 615-371-8707, 615-371-8707, or you can go to 3W's and a dot, worldchristian.org, find the Donate Here button, and make a financial contribution to support this work that literally covers the world every day with the gospel. World Christian Broadcasting, in cooperation with Keeping Up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast adventure.